Welcome to Claimline Legal. If you have any doubts as to whether you should claim for missold PPI policies, think again. There are still over 10 million PPI policies in the UK with a potential mis-selling claim. Our average client win is in excess of £3,000, so you could join our thousands of satisfied customers. In fact, our greatest claim to date has been £33,820. Who knows? You could be next. So let's get you on your way. The rest of this video explains what your options are and how to fill in the claim form. At Claimline Legal, we aim to assist you no matter how much or how little information you have. On page 1, there are 3 options. Tick the option that best suits your situation. Option 1. If you have all your account details and proof you have paid PPI. Option 2. If you have your account details but have no proof you paid PPI, or you're not sure on other details like the date of the sale of the policy. Or finally, option 3. If you have no details about your PPI policy at all. In this case, we will write on your behalf to the seller requesting all your financial details that they currently hold. Sellers request a £10 fee for this service, which we unfortunately have to pass on. Right, so let's get going with the rest of the form. It's not as daunting as you might think. It's just a question of supplying some information and ticking boxes. However, where information is required, please be as detailed as you possibly can, because the more information we have, the stronger case we can build on your behalf and the more chance there is of you having a successful claim. On page 2, there is a letter of authority. This allows us to contact the seller on your behalf. Enter your name, address, and the name of your seller. On that point, let me just clarify who the seller is. PPI mis-selling claims are always made against the company who advised and sold you the policy. For high street banks, it's fairly straightforward. They sell you the finance, they supply the finance, and usually provide their own PPI products, so we claim against the bank. However, you may have gone to an independent financial advisor or car dealership. They may obtain the finance from a finance provider like GE Money, for example, and use a third-party insurer like Payment Shield to provide the PPI cover. In this case, there are 3 parties involved: the seller, the finance provider, and the insurer. The claim is only against the seller and not against the other parties. Ensure you enter the name of the seller where indicated on the letter of authority. Finally, all account holders of the PPI insurance need to sign the letter of authority, and this also goes for all other signatures required on the form. On page 3, you will find our terms and conditions. Unlike many other claims companies, we will not blind you with pages of legal terminology. Take a minute to read our terms and ensure you sign at the bottom so we can process your claim without delay. On page 4, we need to know a little more about your claim. Tell us the total amount which you borrowed, as this gives us an indication of how much compensation you may be due and helps us negotiate effectively with your PPI seller. For the same reason, please also tick the box if you are currently in arrears with the seller or are in any form of debt management or IVA program. Below this is a list of the main reasons PPI has been missold. Tick all those that apply to you, as you will need to refer back to them later. The remaining pages of this claim pack have been designed by the relevant financial authorities, so you're going to have to fill them in no matter which claim company or bank you go to. So we have sent them to you now to help speed things up. Don't worry if you can't answer every question. It has been designed merely to help us trace your policy and understand the nature of your claim, So the more details you can provide us with, the more chance there is of you having a successful claim. Fill in boxes A1 and A3 on page 5. Remember in A3 to put in the name of the seller, the organization who advised and sold you the PPI policy. We talked about the seller earlier. If you're not sure, just rewind the video and watch that bit again. Box A4 is optional, but if you do have your PPI policy number, this really helps us and the seller can trace your account. Now, complete sections B1 to B7 to the best of your ability on pages 6 and 7. If you don't know the answer, just indicate as required and move on to the next question. Section C on page 8 to 9 is all about the money you borrowed. Again, complete to the best of your ability. Section D on page 10 to 12 requires you to give information about your personal circumstances, mainly about your work and employment at the time of taking out the insurance. This will help us ascertain if you are missold the PPI policy due to your status at the time. Section E on page 13 is probably one of the most important parts of the form, and now a requirement for your claim. We cannot stress enough how important it is for you to make a personal statement about the claim. If you cannot remember the exact details surrounding the sale of the policy, please do not write, "I did not know I had PPI," or "it was too expensive," as this is not considered an excuse and your claim is likely to be rejected. Look at the questions asked and be as detailed as you can. To build the strongest case for you, we need to know where and how the PPI policy was sold, including what was said by the salesperson at the time. If you need assistance, use the example as shown on the bottom of page 4, adapting it to your own circumstances. Section F is your declaration. All account holders will need to sign here. Following the declaration is a blank page where you can write any other information you feel may assist us in making your claim. For example, if you're now claiming under your married name, but you were single at the time of the sale, then write down details of your maiden name. Also, please list any previous addresses where you have lived at the time of the sale. Or if your policy was sold by a broker, independent financial advisor, or car dealership, please state their full contact details here. Note down anything you feel will assist in progressing your claim. The final page, on page 16 of the claim pack, is only used in the event we need to present your case to the Financial Ombudsman. To save time and accelerate your claim, please make sure all account holders sign where indicated, and leave this page attached to the rest of the pack. Now you've completed the claim pack. 1. Keep the claim pack stapled together. 2. Photocopy any statements or agreements that show that you had PPI in your agreement. 3. Do not send any part of the claim pack to your seller or the Financial Ombudsman. Simply send the entire stapled claim pack together with any supporting documents to Claimline Legal in the stamped addressed envelope provided. What happens next? We will assess your claim, process it, package it, and present the claim to the seller within 48 hours of receiving it. We will send you an acknowledgement letter with your unique reference number and our client services contact details. Your bank or seller legally has up to 8 weeks in which to offer a formal response to the claim, although most do respond sooner. You may not hear from us for a number of weeks, but do not panic. We are always working hard behind the scenes on your behalf. Should the claim be upheld, Payment is usually made to you direct by the seller within 4 to 6 weeks. Please note this is an estimate and payment times are subject to banks' internal processes. Should the claim not be upheld, Claimline Legal may have the option of taking your case to appeal, or the Financial Ombudsman. You will be informed of our next steps at this time. Remember, now is the best time to make your claim for missold PPI through Claimline Legal. And we operate a no-win, no-fee basis. So, unless you win, you pay nothing. Our average payout for clients is in excess of £3,000, and our best win to date was for £33,820. So why not join our growing list of thousands of satisfied customers? Complete your claim today and a handy £3,000 could be on its way to you. For further assistance, call Client Services on 0115 905 7662, or you can email them direct at claims@claimlinelegal.co.uk.